and one graduates in political science, one graduates in law, one graduates in sociology, and etc. Now, what you are telling the honorable members that you went to Nairobi University and you graduated in law.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, it's not appropriate, I put it to you, to describe yourself as a lawyer. You are not.
I did not.
Yeah, thank you. Now, let me go a little bit further and ask you some few questions here. Now, during the hearing, you have said all sorts of things about your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend. Is that correct?
I was responding to the issues that were raised. You raised the issues which I was responding
yes.
to.
You say that this dispute before this select committee is because of love or between yourself and the ex-girlfriend. Is that correct?
I said in the context, in the manner in which the motion is brought before the House.
Yeah.
And the charges that I'm facing here, or the accusations, have serious bearing to that relationship.
Yes. Now, please, just looking at the book, you have complained about allegations of forgery of documents. You have complained about against the media, Kenyan media. You have complained about fake academic papers and etc. And all sorts of things. Now, just to remind you again, this Bachelor of Laws degree that you said, the matter was challenged in court. Is that also?
That's your creation. I have not seen all what you have sent. That's your creation.
Yeah.
I have not seen.
Was there any problem or dispute about your Bachelor of Laws degree?
There is no problem.
There has never been one at all.
I don't know of any problem.
Yeah.
Because the issue that was raised was determined by the court.
What issue was raised about your Bachelor of Laws degree?
The issue was I was admitted to do a Master's of Law, and in my first year, thought my law degree was not correct. That's what was the issue, and I was suspended from the university for my master's class. And then the matter was discussed and settled in a judgment that was delivered by Justice Odinga.
By Justice?
Odinga.
What did Justice Odinga say?
In fact, they directed Nairobi University to readmit me and complete my master's degree.
Did you complete your master's degree?
I did not, because remember...
Anyway, let us leave that and move on to something else. Yeah. Now you have complained about a lot of things about love, forgery, documents, being a protester, venereal diseases, and etc. Now, you speak Swahili. Do you know Swahili language? Do you know Kiswahili language? Can you speak Swahili?
I speak Swahili, but I would choose to speak English.
No, I'm saying you know Kiswahili language. I want to put to you something in Kiswahili. You know Kiswahili language, don't you?
If I'm able to respond in Kiswahili, I will. Yeah. But if I do not, then I hope to give an answer once it is sent.
There is a Swahili saying, ambako kuna moshi, kuna moto. Have you heard of that?
You know, that's the perception you're trying to create.
Yes.
And
what I'm saying,
I am not unbelievable.
All these complaints you are making against the press, all these complaints you're making against your ex-wife, and all complaints you are making against some other people and so on, there must be some kind of truth.
I did not make any complaint. Remember, I was answering to a motion that is before this House, and I attached the evidence to show that those issues or the matters cited in the motion are matters that have been discussed and determined in court.
Okay. Let me now move on to another area. You remember you heard that something had gone wrong in your ministry, in that what was produced as well, probably let me put it this way, just to make things easier for you. When you heard that things had gone wrong in the ministry, you convened some meetings, didn't you?
When I heard?
Yeah, that something had gone wrong in the ministry.
I did not hear of anything wrong that has gone in the ministry.
That there was fake fertilizer. When you heard that there was fake fertilizer, that had been sold and so on.
I did not convene any meeting.
You did not convene any meeting?
Yes, I didn't say I convened any meeting.
Yeah. Did you take any steps in the matter?
What I want to put...
Now just please answer my question. If I may borrow my land friends saying to you, say yes or no. Did you take any steps when you heard that there was fake fertilizer that had been sold to farmers? Did you take any steps at all?
Of course, as a responsible cabinet secretary, when that matter came to my attention, and bearing in mind the relationship I've had with my farmers, because I've been in the farms with them, I took it upon myself to order for investigations.
Yeah. Now, speak a bit loudly so that the honorable members can hear what you say. Would you be kind enough to tell the honorable members what you did after that? What steps you took? What happened?
We asked for investigations.
I mean yourself personally. You tell me what steps you took as a cabinet secretary.
Of course, when the matter arose, and
who are you? I don't understand you. Excuse me. Please don't understand me. Who are you? I'm cross-examining. Who are you? Hello, would you go and sit down?
This is one of my lawyers.
No, this is not the work of a lawyer. Could you go and sit down, please? I'm cross-examining you. Could you go and sit down? We don't do things like that in a courtroom or elsewhere at all. Now, could you tell...
Senior counsel, orders come from the chair. When you are here, you are representing your client. Just know that you are not here to instruct people and give orders. And we have given you a lot of respect, senior counsel.
May I ask you, or is it proper for you to stand there as a lawyer? It is never done anywhere.
Senior counsel, yesterday...
You are the one presiding. Is it proper for a lawyer to stand by when I'm asking questions? Is it proper with a book and so on? Is it proper? I mean, I want to learn something from you. I want to learn something from you. I'm always learning things.
I'm saying you have to raise any issue you want to raise through the chair.
Yes.
And it is the chair to order.
Yeah, well guided.
But it should not come from you.
Yeah, well guided. Thank you. Well guided. Yeah. Now, would you be kind enough just to explain to the honorable members what steps you took, what you did when you came to learn that the materials that had been furnished or supplied by way of fertilizers were substandard or were fake? What did you do? Just explain in detail, please.
Of course.
I'll keep quiet.
When a matter is raised of that magnitude, you responsibly ask. I asked in my office to investigate the matter, and so that we would really know what the problem was. This matter came to my attention. I was out of the country, and when I spoke, to my PS, I asked him to really move into action and really direct that administratively, and because it is within his domain, to liaise with the National Cereals and Produce Board for us to be able to ensure, in the event that the complaint was genuine, then farmers do not get that batch of fertilizer that under problem, and for that matter, it was to stop the distribution until proper tests as and directed to confirm the composition of the fertilizers were ascertained, so that, because that was what was to guide us moving forward, which he did, and we stopped the distribution of the NPK 102610 fertilizer, as we ordered for investigations and directed that farmers that were planting be given alternative fertilizer, as we were trying to conduct investigations to know whether the allegation was true. No, that's what we did. That is what you asked me to do. That's the question you asked, which I've answered. That is what we did.
I'm trying to be very fair to you, Cabinet Secretary. Is there anything else that you did after, anything, any further steps that you did? Did you convene departmental meetings, or did you do anything else?
I know that I also asked that our different labs, because we have KENA's certified laboratories, one that is run by the Kenya Health Plant Inspectorate Service, and CALRO. These are the supporting agencies that support my ministry to further undertake those tests on the fertilizer that was within that batch, and be able to report to me. That's what I did.
Have you finished?
Yes, I have.
You didn't think that as a Cabinet Secretary, you should have a word with your Principal Secretary?
I said when I was out of the country and the matter arose, we spoke. So that I had an.
What steps did you take?
I've
asked you a very simple question. When you came back, what steps did you take in order to arrest the problem of the fake fertilizers?
I sent, we discussed with the peers, we stopped the distribution, and I also directed samples be taken to KEFIS and CALRO for analysis. That's what I did.
Now, in your ministry, you have a number of departments. Sorry, my lady. Oh, different. Oh, thank you. You are familiar with this order, executive order number 2 of 2023. Are you familiar with it? Now this order of executive order of 2023, you are familiar with it? I'm trying to look for your ministry for agriculture. Yeah, if you could show me. Could you show me Minister of Agriculture here? I'm asking you respectfully. Can you show me your Minister of Agriculture?
It is not there.
I'm telling you that could you go through and show me where Minister of Agriculture is?
But I'm asking, are you suggesting it's not here?
Yeah. Could you look at page 49? Page 49.
Very good, I am there.
You have seen it.
I'm just trying to peruse it. Just give me a minute. Yes.
You have seen it. Let us. Now, you are, of course, if I may ask you a very simple question, you are the one in charge of the Ministry for Agriculture and Livestock Development.
Yes.
Yeah. And there are a number of institutions in the ministry, a number of departments and etc. in the ministry, and you are the one who was and who is overall in charge. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm in charge of policy direction.
Yeah, you are in charge of the policy directions. Yes. Now, is there anything else that you would suggest to the honorable members of what you do apart from the policy directions? Is there anything else that you do?
Of course, I formulate, present, and articulate cabinet memoranda, initiation, sessional papers, and other policy issues of the ministry. I respond to questions in Parliament as provided for under Article 153 of the Constitution, and or any other function that is delegated to me by the President.
By any other functions that is delegated to you by the President. There is an institution known as the National Cereals and Produce Board. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, under you.
Yes.
And it has a managing director.
Yes.
Yes. Now, these fake fertilizers concern the National Cereals and Produce Board. Am I correct or not correct? The fake fertilizers concern which institution in your department, in your ministry?
When you look at my evidence, I want to agree. National Cereals and Produce Board is a saga within my ministry.
It is what?
A semi-autonomous agency in my ministry.
Yes.
With an accounting officer.
Yes.
With MD.
Yes.
Formed by an act of parliament.
Yes.
With its responsibilities.
Yes.
To the extent that I do for NSPB is to appoint members of the board to run that institution. And the MD, you are vacant.
The managing director is appointed by you.
Is appointed by the minister.
Yeah, you are the one who appoints the managing director.
By law, I'm the one supposed to appoint the manager on recommendation of the board.
Yeah, you are the one who does the appointment. Now, the fertilizers concern the National Cereals and Produce Board. Is that correct or am I wrong?
What do you mean by concerned?
Now, the fertilizers fell under which institution in your ministry?
The National Cereals and Produce Board is the one that advertised for purchase of fertilizer.
The National
Cereals and Produce Board, and we took you through a tender advert.
Yes.
And they procured fertilizer on behalf of government.
Yes. Now, when the issue of fake fertilizer came up, did you have a word with the managing director? Did you have a meeting with him?
Of course, when this thing happened, I had a meeting with him. I wanted to know what had gone wrong. Because the first thing I wanted to understand was whether he had actually taken my instructions, which I had given on the 20th of December, that before supply of any fertilizer by any supplier, then those suppliers should have complied with the directive of filing the chemical compensation of the fertilizers that were meant to be acquired by them, depending on what category each of them bidders won. Yes.
About how many meetings did you have with the managing director?
I do meetings with my MDs.
No,
they can
we're doing
come.
The fertilizers. I'm interested in the fertilizers.
Then the qualification should have been how many meetings to discuss fertilizer. I may not remember how many, because this is a matter that I even appeared with him in Parliament. And there is also meetings that I would call for him to brief me on the distribution changes and the program that they had put in place so that our farmers are not inconvenienced. So I've had a number of meetings with him.
Okay, what did he tell you had happened?